computer. Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday, August 30th. Uh, Happy Labor Day for everyone out there. We're doing episode 14 of the Great Western Podcast. We got the ex-Laker fan here as usual, Sylvain, and we have a special guest, Dr. Peltzer from UC Merced. How are you guys?
Great. Guess which one of us are brothers?
I haven't shaved my head yet, so.
Yeah, so I'm the younger brother. I'm here in Merced, Central Valley. It's really hot, but other than that, I'm excited to be on the Great Western Podcast.
That's right. We wanted you to come on for a little bit, Dr. Peltzer. Here, we're bringing us your statistical knowledge and your betting insight and the like. So we discussed yesterday, and we kind of preparing for this podcast. We wanted to do a little bit of a forecasting for the upcoming season. We kind of circled in on the bottom five teams from last year in the Western Conference, which would be the Jazz, the Pelicans, the Spurs, the Blazers, and the Suns. So the bottom five teams that didn't make the playoffs, didn't make the play-in. And we're just going to kind of take a look at their rosters, see what kind of upgrades they made, and take a look at what we think is their chances of making the playoffs. We got a lot of statistics, we got a lot of over-unders. We're gonna get some stats and some live bets on this show. Does that sound right, guys?
Yup.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? All right, we're going. We're gonna do it. All right, so we're gonna get started here. So we're still kind of at 25 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get to 26 very soon, very shortly after this podcast. All right. We're on
Hey,
my
Dominic, go subscribe.
Go subscribe. We're on the march to 100 here. We're at solid 25. Okay. So
At this rate, we're gonna get there within episode 80, I think, if my math is correct.
well, yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm just loving it, and we're all here together having fun talking sports. Okay, so here we go. Just so we take a look from last year. Um, but does any of these surprise you guys that these were the five teams that didn't make it from last year? Let's start there.
I mean, prior to the season, I had Spurs trying to sneak in for sure. But we all know what happened. Wemby went down, Fox went down.
Yeah,
Um, it is kind of bittersweet that Chris Paul had such a great season that went to waste. He played all 82 games or 81 games, I think. And sure enough, he's a great mentor for the younger kids like Vassell, like
yeah.
Castle. Castle had an amazing season, won Rookie of the Year. He's phenomenal to watch, and I'm really excited for his future. So having them that low, given the injuries, isn't surprising. But at the beginning of the season, had you told me that they would have ended up in 13th place, I would have assumed they had an injury.
Yeah. It is pretty tight here.
I
Dr.
mean,
Peltzer, what do you think?
I think the clear most disappointing team last year was out of those fives was the Phoenix Suns.
Right. They had Durant, they had Booker,
Beal, and
Hill. Oh
even
yeah.
top 10, so not even the playing team.
Yeah, and this team was supposed to be a stacked like a three-prong, three monster attack, right? Like they were
But
supposed
they've had problems since day one. That
Yeah.
team never meshed since day one. What's the furthest they went? They got bounced in the first round.
Yeah, basically. That team was
Yeah.
not the team was not well constructed. So we're gonna get into that. So we're gonna start from the bottom up. We're gonna take a look at some depth charts, and then Dr. Peltzer, you can throw in those stats whenever you feel comfortable with the over-unders or the percentages and stuff like that. Okay? Ex-Laker fan, here we go. All right. So this is the projected starting lineup according to Real GM. We looked for a lot of different websites that had different projections. This is the one that we found that we felt was the most kind of up to date, right?
Accurate.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so Keontae George or Collier as the starting point guard. Those are both young guys. We got Clayton Jr. I think he's out of Florida. He was a pick. He was their pick this year. Hendricks, another young player who missed all of last season. Uh, Obviously they got Markkanen, who everyone's frosting, chomping at the bit to see who's gonna get Markkanen, right? If Are they going to trade him? Are they going to blow up this team? And then they have, of course, Kessler and Filipowski, and so those are again kind of younger guys.
Oh, they
Philip,
got Nurkic, huh?
what's that?
They got Nurkic.
Yeah, what? I wonder why they did that. What do you know, like, why do they have Nurkic? Why do they trade for Nurkic on this squad?
What was the trade for Nurkic?
I think they moved Sexton.
Was that a salary dump? Is he an expiring contract?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I like, I'm not
Because
sure.
that makes no sense basketball wise.
Well, so for me, this team is an obvious like rebuild, obvious deconstruction, obvious breakdown. Like this team is probably not going to make the playoffs again with this construction. What do you guys think?
Clearly tanking team.
Clearly, yeah, clearly a tanking team. Are they gonna move Markkanen? What are they gonna get for it? I mean, who on this team is even part of your future? They're probably just trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah, so they're gonna start their rookie, their pick.
I mean, maybe according to
So
this,
maybe they have, high hopes in him. Maybe they saw something in the workouts and I didn't get to watch too much summer league this year, so I don't know what he did. Um, but I, I mean, you could only assume they're going to move Markkanen to a team that has the most amount of future picks. Uh, Mark, you and I looked yesterday at which teams can make an offer and which teams want to make an offer,
yeah,
and we considered both the Lakers and the Warriors. The Warriors definitely have a more attractive package in terms of picks and young talent. Um, we saw that. Well, so Kaminga is essentially on the trading block. They haven't even re-signed him yet.
right.
But they can offer their 2026 pick, the 2028 pick, the 2030, all first rounders. The Lakers, the first pick they can offer, the first round pick they can offer is 2028, and they can only offer three picks, whereas the Warriors can offer 4 to 5. And then you have to match salary, where the Lakers would have to offer Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura to match salaries. That makes it kind of attractive for Utah,
For Utah,
but
yeah,
do they
they need
want
some
that?
picks. Also, I forgot to mention we didn't see this one down here. Obviously, they got Ace Bailey, the
Oh
rookie.
yeah, like
I,
he
I
does.
didn't. Yeah, these are the
Talk
rookies.
about player entitlement. He didn't even want to go to Utah.
Well, that's a whole other conversation about
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
we talked about that a lot.
But
Uh,
they're clearly high on him. I mean, he was projected to go third, and he went fifth or fourth, and ended up in Utah, and that's why he was upset.
yeah. What do we got on the stats over here? What do we got on the over unders on the statistics on
Yeah,
their
so before we get into that, if you could just
sure.
show us the 24-25 depth chart.
The 24-25? Okay, sure. Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Oh, well, if you could compare the two, yeah.
Let's
So,
see. Okay. I can do it. I can move it where we can have a comparison. Okay, let's see here. Oh,
okay, so it looks pretty similar. I just don't remember Nurkic being on the team,
yeah,
but
I think Nurkic was in Charlotte. No, no, yeah, Hornets.
okay, so they lost John Collins,
He went
Clark.
he yeah, he
He went
went
to
to
Atlanta.
no, he went to the Clippers.
Oh, that's right.
John Collins wasn't starting last year. It was actually Taylor Hendricks, and then he broke his leg or something like that. And then they put in uh what we were saying. We were just saying Collins, and then he had a pretty good season, and then they moved them. So they're definitely even worse than they're worse off than last year,
Where
right?
did Clarkson go?
Yeah, where's the other?
Atlanta.
He went to Atlanta.
I don't know. I
Someone look
feel
it
like.
up. We're doing a deep dive here. Where's Clarkson right now? I'll look it up.
Oh, you know what? He signed for like 8 mil a season or something because he was a free
He
agent.
went to the Knicks. He went to the Knicks.
He's on the Knicks.
Went to the Knicks. He got moved to the Knicks, I guess. Yeah, like there's a lot of off-season moves that we're kind of learning as we go. So hope that's fun for y'all out there too. So okay, so this team comparison, Dr. Peltzer, what's up with that? What do you
Okay, so last year the Utah Jazz won 17 games.
Oh, now we're talking. Okay, here we go. So
17, 17 and 65.
I can do the
So
annotation
with
or you
that
could do
in
the
mind, do
yeah.
they do better or worse than last year?
I
They
mean,
have to do worse.
this team has to be worse than that. This team, I mean, it has to be worse. Unless like Ace Bailey is some phenom that we don't realize it. I mean, Filipowski, I think, has some decent ability in like to play in the NBA. Um, maybe, I mean, Niang is a gamer, but like he's not gonna move the needle. Sensabaugh had some decent ability, showed some ability as like a role player, maybe. We'll see if how Keontae George or Collier emerges. And you guys feel free to mark up the screen too, you know. Uh, that's what I would say too. But otherwise, Hendricks, who again, there's so many question marks on this team. Who's gonna start? Who's gonna start? Who's gonna play? But overall, in today's NBA, I would say my pick would be this team would probably win less than 17 games.
I mean, 17 is very low.
Yeah.
That's what they were last year.
Yeah,
So when you talk historically bad seasons, like the Pistons and the Wizards recently had, you're
Yeah,
talking what, 12, 13 wins?
yeah.
Yeah, I'd put them around 15 wins.
So worse. So you think worse than 17?
Yeah, I think under. I'm taking the under. Given how much the West has stacked their teams.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is there like money we can is there like a bet you can make?
Yeah, so we're gonna place bets on this.
Can you
Should
put
we do
money?
it
Can you put
now?
a bet on this or Jazz
Yeah,
under?
yeah, yeah. We have a $100 credit.
But do we want to do this one? Do we want to go with this one?
I would go under on it.
Laker Jazz 17 under 17 wins.
yeah, Vegas has it at 18 and a half with a little more juice on the under. So
I think under because like they're gonna especially towards the end of the season. Last year they sat marketing on back-to-backs. He had phantom like back spasms, and they're gonna be a tanking team. It's a clear
They're
tank.
gonna move market in for
They
sure.
might even move him, and if they move him, it'll
Yeah.
be like, yeah, this team is too many young players, too much inexperience. They don't even know who's even good. They
And
have
against a stacked West, so I'm taking under.
how much? What? We bet what? 10 to win 30? What is that? What I mean,
Let me let me figure it out.
okay.
We have here we go. We have where are they?
Well, Dr. Peltzer, what else we got on this? Any other statistical or considerations or betting considerations on this, you think?
I think the interesting part would be to try to pencil in their 18 wins.
What does Vegas have
Oh,
them
wow,
at?
what a deep dive. No, we're not gonna do that. I can't. We
What
can't
does
do that.
what does Vegas have them at?
18 and a half.
Okay, so that's what they are here on this app. I'm taking the under. It's minus 125 for the under, so they're not giving you good money.
Yeah, they're not okay. They're not even given. Yeah, they're not. So the under is there. So that means for everyone's out there, what does that mean? They're not giving you. They're giving you minus 125 to go under. What does that
Dr.
mean, guys?
Peltzer, explain to us what that means.
That means it would cost you $125 to try to make $100.
Right.
And why is that when the over is minus 105? Is
They're
that same?
both minus.
It's a way for them to try to adjust the odds without changing the line. So like you could push it to 19 or 7 or 18 and then make it minus 110 on both sides, or you could just change the juice, add more juice to the under if
And why would they do that?
Either way,
That
even if you bet the over or the under, you're still gonna have to put more than to win less.
well, that's how, they make money.
Great.
this
Because you
is
gotta assume that there's an even spread, right?
yeah.
And so at some point, instead of paying out half,
Right.
you know,
Right.
you have to make some money.
Now, this is good. I mean, did you put it
I'm
in?
still taking the under. Even minus 125, I'm taking the
I
under.
will say this, Markkanen is balling out over in Euroball right now.
He
And,
is doing
and
fan. He had 43 last night.
yeah, anyone who knows me, who knows how much I love basketball, knows how much I love Lauri Markkanen. So come to the Lakers or go get traded to a better team and ball out over there too. So any final thoughts here? Anything else on
All
this?
right, $10.
I'd say they're if you just have white players, they're probably the best in the league.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Let's see here.
So
Now,
we have to risk 13 to win 10. Are we placing it?
risk 13 to win 10. Do it.
Let's do it. Confirming.
Yeah, we're going. We have four more teams here.
Yeah, let's go on to the next.
But you're betting this is the season under. What about making the playoffs? You're gonna get way less.
We're gonna do that next. I mean,
Okay,
this
okay.
team, there's no chance. So
So,
we're gonna,
What's that? Well,
so,
what's the percentage of this team making the playoffs, Dr.
so
Peltzer?
it's so bad they don't offer you the ability to to bet against them to make the
Yeah.
playoffs, they only offer you to they at 1.4% chance they're giving you.
There's a 1.4% chance according to Vegas that the Jazz will make the playoffs, which seems
That's
reasonable. And you
70
can't
to
even
1.
bet. You can't bet what?
You can't bet no. You can't bet that they're not making the playoffs. Like a
Yeah.
guarantee win.
Oh, you have to bet that they are.
And Dr. Peltzer, just so that
It's
our
amazing.
fans kind of understand what odds work like, 1.4% is kind of usually around what odds, like
It's
what.
at plus 7,000. That means it's 70 to 1 odds. You place
Wow.
a dollar, you could win 70. But you need the Utah Jazz to not only make the play-in, but get past the play-in, make the playoffs.
Watch they end up first seed next season.
It's, I mean, if you put $1 on that, like that'd be great. What if Hess Kessler blows up and then like Hendricks comes back hot and Ace Bailey's a killer and like there's crazier things that happen. I mean,
I mean, look, when the Lakers had Westbrook and all that season, some dude placed something like 10 grand for them to miss the playoffs to win. How much was it? Something like 100 grand or something like that, and he won.
Yeah.
You
50.
would ask anybody at the beginning of the season, is that a ridiculous bet? Everyone would have said yes, but injuries, chemistry, etc. LeBron,
yeah.
Westbrook. We all know my love for
Yeah,
Westbrook.
we all know. All right, fair
Yeah.
enough. So crazier things have happened. Maybe we should bet that for them. You should put $1 for them to win to make the.
No chance. I'm not throwing. I'd rather use that dollar for something
All
else.
right. So next. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, let's move
Let's move
on.
on to the new Pelicans. Right?
Yeah.
Is next. Okay. So the Pelicans. We have this year. What were they last year? That was I really like Dr. Peltzer how you started with that. How many games did they win last year? What are their chances here? Let's start there. That was good last time.
All right. Let's pull it up.
And Dr. Peltzer, while you're on this team, explain to us why you've been so hot on this team for the last couple seasons.
Uh,
Because you've placed a lot. I follow the bets you place, and you placed a lot of bets on them. Are they undervalued?
I'd say that let I wouldn't say I was hot on the Pelicans, but sometimes picking the dog is good value bet.
And what does that mean for our viewers who don't bet? What does picking the dog mean, and why is it a value bet?
Well, favorites are, it's easier to bet the favorites. You think it's sure money, but then if the Pelicans are playing the let's see, Pelicans are playing the Suns, who's favored?
Last year probably would be the Suns, right?
Yeah, last year it'd be the Suns, and they were a bad team last year, so you could get a quick upset in Phoenix, for example. So maybe you'd get them at plus 200.
So instead of what does plus 200 mean? Because we just saw that minus 125 meant you bet 125 to get 100.
Plus 200, you bet 100 to make 200 in profit. So with a payout of 300.
It's pretty
So
good.
essentially, it's like 1 in 3 chance. If you think it's higher than that, you place a bet on the Pelicans.
Right. So what were they last year? What do we got on the statistics? Yeah, there's some nice betting tutorial for you guys out there who want to get some action. What
So
was the
last
record
year,
like?
the Pelicans were 21 and 61.
Okay.
Okay.
They
Have
had
they improved?
Murray. They had Murray. What Murray went down early. He was playing okay. Murray went down. Did Zion? I don't even really remember. He's injured so much. How much did he even play last year?
Uh, I think half the season.
He got injured early again, didn't he? Or I don't even really
I
remember.
mean, Zion never has a full season.
I
Let's
think
see.
I
Yeah.
think Trey Murphy was hurt.
Yeah, Murphy was
The
hurt.
entire squad was hurt
Yeah,
all year.
Herb Jones was out. I mean,
Murray, Murray
I
was out.
this is how bad they were. Like
I would say that team
Alfred,
overperformed given their injuries.
they signed Alfred Payton, like in the middle of the season, who hadn't been in the league. Brandon Boston Jr. was playing so much that I even drafted him in my fan. I even not drafted him. I picked him up in my fantasy leagues because he was getting heavy minutes, and it's like this guy is like, he had his moment. So
Zion played 30 seasons. I had Yves Missi most of my fantasy season. because even Messi played great. He was actually the front runner for Rookie of the Year until Castles jumped into the starting role
Right.
in San Antonio because there were some injuries
Misi is a
over
good
there.
modern. Yeah, Misi is a nice
Yeah.
modern center. You know, if they're healthy. I mean, what this year? Let's see what they changed they changed their team a little bit. And what are the stats we got on this year?
I got him under.
So
Yeah.
the over
Zion,
under
I think
Yeah, what is it first? What's the over under?
29.5, a lot higher than last year.
I'm
Right.
taking under on that.
And
Zion's
and
gonna get traded.
that takes into account obviously all the injuries, right? And then if I mean they got Poole. I mean, it's Poole can put up some numbers, but
He doesn't win.
historically, I mean he was a good role player for the Warriors as we know in that championship run, but when he got moved over to Washington, it was like clearly like the guy wasn't it. You know, him and Kuzma is like a 1-2 combo at the bottom of the brackets, right? Like they're not going to win games for you.
Is he an upgrade over an aging CJ McCollum?
I would say at this point you'd have to say in some sense yes, you know, like but it's not like but not by much maybe. Good question. I mean, from this team, I think Trey Murphy is the guy who is secretly like maybe a much better basketball player than uh not only in fantasy but also in like real life. Like I think he's a good two-way player. He can score, he can play defense. I think he's a solid
Well, how are they gonna run their offense? Through whom?
well, this is the problem. I mean, is okay. First of all, is Murray gonna? I don't know. Is Murray gonna be back at the beginning of the season?
What was his injury?
I don't know. I don't remember. Was it an ankle or a knee? DeJounte, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, he might have come back at the end.
Best case scenario, if Murray's in there, Jordan Poole is
Achilles.
in there, Zion is in there full season, let's say, which has never happened. I still have him under 30.
Yeah, it's saying he might not even start on the at the beginning of the season. If Murray doesn't play on this team and doesn't start, they're gonna be bad.
Yeah, they don't look too good.
For all you fantasy folks, Yves Missi is high value. He picks up a couple blocks a game, has the only knock on him is he's around, I think, 75% free throw shooting. He's not the best free throw shooter, but he only takes one or two to three free throws a game. So
The thing that's
he's a
I,
good pickup.
they paid money for Looney, and then they drafted Derek Queen, which is, you know, one of my favorite fantasy basketball podcasters, Josh Lloyd. Big shout out to Josh Lloyd. You know, he was like, why did they do this? Why are you paying Looney money?
Yeah,
He's a horrible fit next to Zion, and then you draft Derek Queen, who's a
very
horrible fit next
strange.
to Zion, and then you already have Misi there who showed talent. So like, what's the point of this?
I don't understand why they paid Looney.
Yeah. Like Looney should have like why like well they don't need him, you know? Like it doesn't make sense for this roster construction, but you know, is this yeah, I don't really know the Bryce McGowan's, Jaden Springer kind of middling like players. Sadiq Bey is on this squad, you know. Jeremiah Fears. I feel like I've heard him before, but is he a rookie too? I'm not sure, but you take under on this as well, so
I'm definitely under. With the
I'll
Pelicans, I don't know what it is about him. I think it's the fact that Zion just can't play at all. I mean, he played 30 games last year, you know? And even when he plays, I mean, he coughs up the ball in crucial moments. He's going to be on the trading block this year for sure. Jordan Poole to me is, other than he had a great playoffs with a stacked team with the Warriors, but I remember once he went to Washington, everyone's gonna was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be the man," etc. I was like, "Dude, that guy's gonna average 25, and the Wizards aren't gonna do anything. They're gonna be the bottom at the East," and that's exactly what happened.
I mean 25
So I don't see Jordan Poole really bringing anything. And considering again how stacked the West is, I have him under for sure.
so both these teams again, but basement dwellers.
Yeah, this is a tanking team to me.
Not as bad as the Jazz maybe, but still.
Not as bad, but 29.5 in the West.
No,
I
they
just
they
don't
got
see it.
they got dudes that can light up on any given night. But
Okay.
I just don't think the roster construction is it's unclear what they're doing. Like we said, they have like three centers, and then they have some dudes who like to handle the ball, like Jordan Poole,
I feel
Murphy.
like this is an East Coast team. And when I look at the lineup, Murray, Murphy, Poole, like this just seems like, Washington or Detroit at some point.
I don't think this team needs to figure out its roles. They got to figure out which way they're going because like Herb Jones is a nice defender, but his natural position is also where like, neither of them can slide to the four. Neither of them can slide to the two. I don't think. I mean, maybe they can fake it, but I don't think. I think both of these players are threes, and they're both like different skill sets, and like they're both good-ish on their team relative to the other, but they don't really have. They just yeah, the roster construction isn't there. So.
Look at the leaders from last year.
Yeah.
Minutes,
We
field
all got
goal.
under, huh? Yeah, we got under.
Yeah, we got under.
Their highest
Put the
three-point
money.
percent shooter
Did you put
was
the money or
Javonte
no?
Green at
Did you?
35.
Yeah, he's not on the team. Journeyman, steals per game. So I guess we're good. Any closing remarks on what we seem to be an less than exciting Pelican squad?
Are we placing the bet on the under?
Sure. I mean, yeah, let's do it. 10 to win what? 15 this time? 10 to win 13 again, or it'd be less than
Let's
10
see
to win
what the
11.
odds are. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm
These
allergic to this team.
I do like this website. Dr. Pelter, thank you so much for these amazing uh statistics and kind of over under bets and kind of percentages and stuff. It's
Yeah,
brings a nice
so
it's a nice
the over under is 29 and a half, and
It's minus 115 on both sides, over and under.
for the make playoffs, we have them at 11.1% chance.
There is no chance in putting
11%,
money on making the playoffs.
11.1% chance. Okay.
That's with the juice.
Because what's fun about probability and statistics, it's about forecasting, right? Like, you look at historical trends and then you make predictions about the future. That's what's fun about it, you know? All right, so we're good with the
All right, placing the bet, boys.
yo of under on the wins again.
We're
Okay.
on the under.
Well, what did you say? What did you say?
I'm under for sure, but
Yeah,
I
do
thought
it.
we have to all be in agreement for this one.
It's fine. Yeah.
For this one, yeah, I'm down for the under. I would also take the no on the making the playoffs.
Yeah, but I don't think they even offer that.
Okay, yeah. FanDuel has them at minus 2,200 for a night.
Minus 2,200.
That means if you bet, I can't even do the math on that. 100, if you bet 2,200, you'll get 100.
For
Yeah.
them not to make the
It's,
playoffs.
you need to be fairly confident at 95.6% chance that they do not make the playoffs. That's the implied probability.
If
I am 95% confident that team is not making the playoffs.
if Zion Williamson comes back healthy and has a healthy season, and these other guys are Mixi picks up, Poole plays, there's a route to it, but it's unlikely. If and especially without Murray playing at the beginning of the season, I
I
don't know.
think you would have to have like 3 to 4 teams. Can we go back to the standings?
Yeah,
Yeah, given what's there, you'd have to have a lot of teams just have injuries or drop out because on paper, there's so many other teams that are a
yeah.
lot better.
Every team is on better than them on paper, except for I mean, a lot of them, except for the one, except for the Jazz that we just talked about. Okay, even the ones that are ahead of them. So, yeah.
Let's move to the Blazers because Dr. Peltzer loves
Oh,
the team.
Wait,
Blazers is not next. No, we're going in
no, it's the
order.
Spurs
We're
next.
going
Okay.
we're going in order. We're going in order. Spurs.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be. I think we're gonna see a little bit of a. This is probably gonna, even though these sections have been already kind of long, we're gonna be even longer probably on these guys. But that's okay. We're talking good. This is great stuff. This is great stuff, everybody. All right. So this is where if we had like a sponsor, I would kind of do a plug for a sponsor. So if if you need me to plug anything,
Buy my record.
yeah, but okay, let's do okay. The official record label of the Great Western Podcast is Rasta Pasta Records. Do you have a record somewhere you can show? I don't
I
know.
actually do.
I can plug my band. No, let's do it. Let's start. Let's plug your record. We're doing a unofficial or semi-official sponsor here. Okay. I'll go down here.
Do. We actually just submitted it for Grammy consideration two
There we
days.
go.
So buy my record.
Possible Grammy. You guys are gonna see. You guys are gonna know if we get it. Okay. So where are we
We
at?
find out November 9th if we're nominated.
November 9th, so a few
And
months.
then the Grammys are in February. If we're nominated, that means we get an invitation to the Grammys. We submitted it for two categories, the historical so essentially they grade it on historical importance, and the packaging, which you can see is absolutely amazing. Trifold
Beautiful.
comes up, and then I'm not going to give you guys the whole show, but there's
Yeah, it's the yeah, the plug is over. No, you're good. That has been our sponsors. Back to the schedule.
No, you're good.
No, you're you're good now. That's plenty. Okay, no, that's perfect. I'm just okay. So, where are we now? Now we're at
The Spurs,
this
my
is a
favorite
team.
team.
This is a team. Okay, Dr. Pelto, you're gonna take the lead on the Blazers. We'll let ex-Laker fan here, Sylvain, kind of go, and then you'll please throw in the numbers.
Ex-Laker fan, new Spurs fan.
Who's first
This
fan?
team, this team I've watched a lot of ever since Wemby came.
Go
First of
for it.
all, I always had respect for the Spurs, even back in the Shaq and
All right,
Kobe days.
all right.
Yeah.
It all started in 2002.
I
No,
mean, you got to have respect for him. Even
I'll
before
give you that. All right.
2000, you had David Robinson was a stand-up player, one of the greats. Tim Duncan, obviously, and what I respected about the Spurs is they weren't a showboat team. They're never like the superstars. They're a small market team. Pop, I love it when, first of all, players and coaches stay an entire career with one organization. Um, and you gotta give a lot of respect to Popovich, one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Of course. And then
I wanted to see
yeah.
Pop coach this team and these young guys, and he started off doing that, and I think he's done a great job. And the assistant coach that has been under the Spurs under Popovich for the last 5 years is now head coach, and I think he's doing a terrific job as well. Depth chart, they're a little heavy at the guard position, in my opinion. If you remember the Lakers, they had to move Eddie Jones to make way for Kobe Bryant. We have Stephon Castle, who I think was a number 4 pick.
You're talking about we're doing last year first.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not a
Stephon
power
Castle,
forward. He's
who's
obviously
a
not a power
number.
forward, but
What's that?
I don't think he's not a power
No,
forward.
no, no. He plays point guard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of off on the depth chart, but they had Vassell, they traded. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so Stephen Castle to me, and I think the Spurs organization as well, they see him as a keeper.
Okay.
That guy is not moving. He's a solid defender. He's developing his jumper. It's not there yet.
Right.
Um, but the problem is you also drafted Harper, Ron
Right.
Harper's son, Dylan Harper.
Right.
He's fantastic. I watched him in the summer league. He has a lot more offensive game than Stephon Castle, but they both, in a way, would be competing for minutes. So I think they have him coming off the bench, but that guy eventually is a bona fide starter. Second pick of the draft, is
You
that
have
right?
to you have to start Castle just because he's the rookie of the year and he's the older. You have to give him that
He's a
opportunity.
smart player too.
You have to give Castle the opportunity to start.
Yeah. So
Harper's gonna
maybe
come off the bench originally, but yeah.
this year that's a great 1-2 punch off the bench, but moving forward, are these guys going to share the court, and can they share the court?
That's a big question that remains to be seen, of course.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, you have another guard in De'Aaron Fox, who's definitely
Of
going to
course.
eat up a lot of minutes and take a lot of shots.
He's gonna be the point guard, obviously.
Yep.
He's not a two, that's for sure.
And then you also have Vassell, where do they have him at? Do they have him
Yeah.
on small forward? That
They have
guy
Vassell, they have
is more of a shooting guard
he's
than
a
a
two.
than a
He's a two. I think
he's
Vassell
a two,
is also a two
right?
as well. So that's where
So
they
you
have a
see
little bit
that
of a
this team is
logjam.
very guard heavy. I think Vassell might eventually be on the moving block, but he's a great player. They'd love to keep him. I think anybody would love to have him on the team. So they have a lot of trade value. Are they going to make a swing and move some of these guys for a star? I don't think so. I think their team as is can compete with more experience.
Yeah. They also signed Luke Cornett to play some backup
Absolutely.
center. They also signed Kelly Olynyk to play some backup center.
A lot of experience in Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, and then they
Harrison Barnes, a lot of experience too. So they have those vets.
Barnes.
Are they a little thin at the center position? Victor Wembanyama, when he goes to the bench, last year they had Diop or Biombo, sorry. Biombo stepped in
Yeah.
and played great. They also had
How much Chiavili
there you go. Oh,
rushing and
and their
early.
rookie last year, Champagne, that guy's a 3-point threat.
I don't
Great player to have.
I
That guy
think
can
I
drop
think he's in the
bombs.
year for a couple. I think he was in the NBA for a couple. I don't think he was a rookie last year, but it's definitely like his 30 or maybe or fourth. But he's
Where was he prior?
he was no he wasn't he
Oh, it
was
was his first year. Sorry, it was his first year in San Antonio.
yeah. I'm
That
not
guy
sure
can drop bombs. That guy's got a three ball. The Mamu, I don't even
how
know how
much
to
Billy,
pronounce
but
it.
he's not there anymore. But then they have but no, they also have Keldon Johnson and
So
Jeremy
that's an
Sochan.
there you go. I think Jeremy Soda, we call him Soda Can. I think he's either off the team or getting very few minutes
I agree.
this season. Keldon Johnson is also a movable, great player.
I think he's
Very
a
good
I
player.
think yeah, I think they're gonna there's this team definitely has some talent. And there's depending on the roster construction and what they do, maybe before the trade deadline or who gets hurt, this team has a lot of outcomes. Hit us with
Is
some,
there, so is competing for minutes a good thing or a bad thing? Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. It can be bad when you have alpha males,
on this team. It's
but
good. On a young team, I think it's good.
there you go. So that's why I have this team going, making the playoffs or sneaking in. What's interesting is Vegas has them at minus money to make the playoffs.
Yeah. What hit us with the stats, Doctor?
Okay, so last year the Spurs ended at 34 and 48. Now that is, Wemby went down at the end, so that pushed the number down.
And Fox went
This
down
year,
as well.
Yeah.
yeah. This year they are slated to win 43 and a half games.
Ooh.
Woof.
And then what about the percentage of making the playoffs?
Percent chance at, if you want to take the yes, it's at right around 60%.
So
And if you want the no, it's right around 47.
for playoff.
So this is where it gets tough because I love this team. But you have a lot of that eight seed. There's a lot of competition for that. If you
Yeah.
go to the standings, who do they have to be in front of?
Let's
So
see.
I'd say without injuries, they could win, yeah, 10 more games than last year. Yeah.
Without injuries, they could win they could win, like
So
uh
I think the over, yes, but the playoffs, that's interesting.
Like the Kings without Fox will be worse.
Yeah,
Grizzlies without Desmond Bane will probably be worse.
yeah.
The Suns are going to be worse, you know,
The Mavericks are going to improve to me.
depending on when Kyrie comes back, and then
So
obviously
he's supposed to come back in January. The Mavericks, Vegas has them not making the playoffs. I have them up there.
it's stacked. Yeah, so they have a chance. They have a chance, but will they win? I would say for them to a healthy squad with a fully healthy De'Aaron Fox from the beginning of the season, this team is going to win 10 more games than they did last year.
So
I'm
Yeah.
we're all on the over.
Yeah, I'm on the over, and I'll tell you what, that's my best bet. I actually don't like the yes on the playoffs because last year the eighth seed was 48 and 34.
Oh,
So
good. So
Exactly.
yeah,
48,
Exactly.
48 for the eighth seed. So even if they
Yeah.
go over on this, they're still going to be a
Yeah.
little
yeah,
short.
exactly.
I
Interesting.
agree with that.
That's it. So 48. Okay.
So
All
let's just
right.
place money on the over. I'm not gonna bet no on the playoffs unless you guys want to, because I love this team and they could be a lot better than we
Well,
think.
what's the juice on what the juice on yes is still not very good because that's 60%, right? The juice. So
Yeah,
I'm down for over on wins.
yeah, over on wins.
Over
Okay.
on wins
Oh
for
wow, the juice is minus 135 for over. They're taking a lot of juice for that.
so a lot of people so that means a lot of people think they're going to win more games or the people it's going to be it's a more obvious pick, I guess, or what does that mean?
This is where a good bettor who does his due diligence is gonna go shopping for prices because FanDuel has it at minus 106. So, you could save a couple bucks there if you're betting heavy.
FanDuel has it at 106 for the same
But since we're
over under.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Okay.
but you could place it on your local bookie for minus 135. That works.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be excited about this first team that we didn't see so much with the Jazz and the Pelicans for sure. This team I think is a very exciting team, young team with a lot of talent, a lot of budding talent, and they have trade pieces. So
Great coaching staff. They know
coaching
how to
staff,
develop players. You know,
good
they've developed
organization.
stars.
It's a good team to root. And honestly, Wembanyama, I think he's a really easy player to root for and want to see succeed. I like the way he carries himself. I like the way he just kind of plays with the media and how he communicates, and obviously on the court, how he plays. He's really a phenom. He really is, and I hope that he stays healthy. When he got that what the vein thrombosis, right? That was a
Very strange thing to have, but
you
it's
know.
common with people that are that tall.
I like that they brought in Cornette and Olynyk. There's a lot of talent on the wings for these guys. I think they're going to be a much better team, and if they stay healthy, they can be one of those like Detroit Piston-esque teams that just like kind of puts it all together and leaps forward. So, you know.
I think the sky's the limit for Wemby, uh, pun intended. Um, and I'm excited to see, to me, a player that takes an off season of going with monks and meditating in some mountains. That's pretty unique. We'll see how his mental approach to the game is evolving.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
doing everything correct in my book. Meditation is great for anything, whether it's focus, anxiety, you know, getting the max out of your physical potential.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have an amazing coaching staff. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love this team.
I
Also,
like it.
yeah, he also stopped by Washington Square Park in New York to play some chess.
There we go. That's right. Who doesn't love that? The guys in playing chess, going on the Great Wall and like being zenned out. Who's not into that? Any closing remarks on the Spurs, Dr. X Laker? Are we good? We're moving on.
I placed the bet. We're good to
We're
go.
good. Okay, the money is in. Okay, let me clear my screen here. Am I doing okay with the screen sharing and all this?
Yeah.
Next. Next, we got the Portland Trail Blazers are next. Last year they were 36 and 46. Missed the play-in two. We're gonna go into the team over here, and then Dr. Peltzer, we can get you started here. I think we can get you going on this. Portland Trail Blazers,
So
and yeah,
okay, so last year you said 36 and 46.
yeah. Is that what they were?
Okay, so this is my team. So the main pieces that left are Anthony Simons, and the main piece coming in is Drew Holiday.
Okay, yeah. Simons is out. Who he got bounced to? What he got traded to the Celtics, and then they're even looking to move him now or something,
Yeah,
right?
I think they might keep him for some veteran presence, which I hope they do. Now, Damian Lillard obviously isn't going to play, but he is on the roster.
Right, which is good for morality and helping.
And then they got the young Yang Hansen, who I'm really big on, and I want to get a trading card of his.
Yang Hansen. You love what they
You
calling
got
him?
to get a jersey too.
Gotta get a jersey.
Yeah, so my bro and I are planning to go to Portland and San Antonio to watch our favorite teams. We'll see if we make
That'd
it.
be good. That'd
And
be
one of the games is for the play-in or for the tournament in season.
okay. What else? So from last year, well, we have a big departure as well, right? They had Aiton.
Oh, Aiton, yes.
Yeah, Aiton is gone currently with the Lakers. So I'm the lone Laker fan over here, but I'll take it. Aiton is out. Let's go. So what do we see from
Speaking
last year? Yeah, this year. What are you feeling, Doctor, for this the
Okay,
Blazers this year? Their starting
so
lineup. Who's gonna?
Blazers. Oh, for the stats, we have that they are slated to win 33 and a half games.
Oh wow.
So less than their win total last year, and with an 18% chance for yes
For the
and
playoffs.
80%
Okay.
chance for no.
And how much for the no?
89 no.
89. Wow. So even so, I mean, so Vegas is a lot higher on the Spurs than they are on this team for yes playoffs. Yeah, I mean for
Yes.
no playoffs, right?
Yeah. Now, speaking of DeAndre Ayton, there were some questions about his conditioning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he didn't play much for the Blazers, so I'm not upset that, he went over to the Lakers. I think we have a lot of good young, like shooting guards, small forwards, and then with Jeremy Grant and Drew Holiday as our vets, I think we could make a solid push for the playoffs.
So you think Jeremy Grant is still gonna be playing minutes over someone like Denny Avdija, who came on really strong at the end of the season last year, or maybe even making room for Shaden Sharp, who plays at the two guard, or even maybe like a Scoot Henderson, because they got these guys. These guys are the young guys on the team, right?
Well, Scoot's gonna start, is he not?
I think
Yeah,
Scoot. I think Scoot will probably start, but will Shaden start at the two?
I think Denny Advija is going to start.
Avdija at the two, and then of course Kumara has really came into his own as a defender, as a really good player. They have like I feel like they have like six starters, and obviously like Klingon is going to take a big step up this year, I believe as well. You know, he's not a two-way player, but he if he develops his offensive game, they're another one of those teams that they have. Who's going to start? What are the roles going to be? Who's going to be the guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's going
And
to be the guy? Yeah,
so Shaden Sharp started coming off the bench midway through the season last year, and that ended up being a good move for not only him but the team. They were good at home and bad on the road, so yeah. Also, don't forget.
yeah. If he's gonna get some minutes, I just for me the question here is who's gonna get the minutes? What's the rotation gonna be? What's Chauncey Billups, Big Shot Bob, over here, Mr. Big Shot, excuse me, that Robert Ory's Big Shot Bob, right? Like they have six. Like who's gonna start? Is Holiday gonna start or come off the bench? Are they gonna go with just a young core of starting like Henderson, Sharp, Abdija? Or are they probably gonna start Holiday and Grant and bring off, Shaden and Denny off the bench? I really don't know. I mean, is Robert Williams even going to be on the team? Probably not. My
Right.
guess they'd probably move him, but who would you start, Dr. Peltzer, from
So
these?
I would start Scoot or Holiday for
Okay,
guard. Then I'd have Denny Advija at the shooting guard, Jeremy Grant at small forward, and Kamara at power forward, Klingon at center, but that's just he's not getting starter minutes. He's gonna play 20 minutes a game.
right. Because yeah, there's a difference between starting and then playing starter minutes. So you think so? Sharp off the bench for sure.
Yeah,
You
and
see that a
between
lot. You see that a lot with NBA teams when they have veterans and young guys. The veterans will start, but they won't get the majority of the minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good for the NBA. Especially for the modern NBA with the amount of run these players are getting, and we're seeing so much more up and down, so much more like you need to have depth in the regular season, especially to have like a good win-loss record. You need depth in the NBA because you can't just throw out the starters like they used to like 20 years ago and like have the starters play a majority of the minutes. I mean, you can, but you don't see it as much as a trend these days. So, um, I don't know. This team I think this team is also exciting in terms of what talent. I want to see what Henderson and Sharp can do. I want to see if Avdija can continue because he had a really good run at the end of last season. He was very efficient. He was like kind of like point guard almost esque or point, like I don't know. Is he in that? You're so Dr. Peltzer, you're saying that Avdija, you like him at the two. Why not at the three?
because he handles the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, he handles the ball. You could, even point guard. And I think next to him you could put Scoot. Drew Holiday is going to get his minutes.
Yeah.
Scoot's it doesn't really matter who starts the game.
Well, Drew had
Uh,
a historically bad season last year for
Well,
the
and
yeah,
Celtics.
Scoot is he's like is he a shoot first guard or is he a point guard? I feel like he's like I don't really know if he's like a point guard or like a shooting guard point guard. What's his comp? We haven't seen I haven't seen enough of him yet to like really get a sense of what his skill set is and how is best suited to play on any team, let alone this team. So
so
um
Scoot can shoot and he could drive to the rim. He goes strong up for layups, like a good young point guard does. He could absorb contact, still finish the and one. So Scoot, yeah, I like Scoot.
So are we taking the over on this then? I mean, are they gonna win some more games than last? Are they gonna win? Oh, well, they're gonna win. They're projected to win less than last year, but will they win over or under on this? What do you say?
I'll go with the over. I don't think they got worse. I don't think they got worse, even with the loss of Simons. So I'm taking the over.
I could do over.
Ex-Laker, it doesn't seem like you want to, but you can.
No, I could do over the big question mark. If Yang Hansen is impactful, then you can make a case. It's just there's so much competition in the West. And when I look at this lineup, Drew Holiday to me is way over the hump. He's not improving this team. He'll give you veteran presence, which is great for player development. Scoot Henderson, I like, but is that enough? Jeremy Grant, yeah, he could hit a three. I mean, these are good players, but they're lacking a star, like a bona fide star that really puts you. So definitely not making the playoffs, but
I don't
I
think they're
could, I mean, yeah, they could pick up some regular season wins, especially in Portland. Can they win on the road with the lack of veteran, with very young team winning on the road in the West? That could be difficult. I could take it either way.
Yeah, I could go over because I think Scoot and I like Shaden Sharp and I think Scoot Henderson. I think they'll both step up enough to be able to handle some of the scoring. And then with the defense of Klingon and Kamara, I think I'll give the over on them.
And it's their second year playing together, a lot
Yeah.
of these guys,
Yeah.
so maybe they click.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't forget, don't forget, organizationally, they've been shown that they're not tanking anymore. So like they're trying to win games, and
Yeah.
that's when you're trying to hit the over.
Good point. Good point. I don't think
Yeah,
they're going to be tanking. I don't think they're not trying to blow this team up. They might
I
move.
don't think they got too much worse than last year.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're cruising, we're cooking, we're got one more
So I'm
team.
placing the bet on the over.
Yeah, I think the over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have two unders, two overs at this point. We have two
And
unders.
so far, we've all been pretty much agreeing on
It's
them.
kind of fun. I mean, I guess that doesn't make for the best banter, but it also makes I feel like we're giving a lot of nice details and nice insights on these roster constructions and the comparing of last year and this year and why we're choosing the overs or unders. Also, just like overall team construction. I think this is great. We're doing
Oh,
good.
they're taking 100, the minus 130, so a lot of juice for the over.
Even for the over here.
Yep.
So I guess like someone's got to lose the games, right? All right, we're gonna keep moving for our final team here. What's the final team? The Suns.
Phoenix.
I don't even want to talk about these guys.
Okay, we'll do that. Well, this is gonna be under probably. Let's see.
Well, Vegas probably has them super
Oh,
low.
Let's
yeah,
see.
so they're the team that changed the most.
Let's see. What was
Maybe
their
this
what
is
was
the
their
buy.
record last year? Dr. Peltzer, what was their record last year?
Suns finished at 36 and 46,
So they were 36 and 46 last year. And
and
that for this year, yeah.
giving them a 31 and a half
Oh
for
wow.
They're giving them 31 and a half.
That's too high.
That's
Over.
much higher than I thought.
that's pretty high.
And then playoffs, obviously it's garbage, right?
Chance to make at yes would be 13.5,
Wow. Okay.
and a no bet is at 93.5. And you could see the juice here because if a no is 93 and a half, that would technically mean a yes should be at 6.5, but it's actually at 13 and a half. So you could
Oh.
tell that Vegas is taking some money.
So that means they want you to bet on the yes or to entice you, or you're saying it's a good bet.
So it just means that like the true percentage should be like the average of 13 and a half and 6.5. So a true percentage of yes is around 8 or 9 or 9.5,
Got
10%.
it. I mean, well, look. So here you guys did the last two. I'll start with this one because you guys did it. Obviously, the main thing last year, they don't have Durant. Okay. He was there, but he just did not work very well with Booker or Beal. Beal was hurt. Let's see. They
Deal doesn't work anywhere.
Okay, fair enough. Tyus, okay. Gray Allen, so Beal is gone. Durant is gone. They still have Grayson Allen, who had a particularly good year, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because there was no one else left to shoot, and he was like on this, like, at least from a fantasy perspective. I know I get you kind of tossed back and forth with fantasy. Also, we should do some fantasy podcasts. But anyway, this team, like, they traded for Nick Richards, Plumlee, like it just wasn't a very cohesive unit, even though on paper it looks like it should be better, right? So this team is, like you said, Doctor, that they changed a lot. I think what's going to be good about this team I think that Devin Booker, I think, is an underrated playmaker, and I think he does do well with the ball in his hand, even though he's like a baller scorer and he's been historically a two guard. He's been in the NBA for about a decade, which you don't feel like but he's been in the NBA for a decade. I think that he's a better position with Jalen Green at the two because Jalen Green, we saw in Houston, is just a scorer. He's not a playmaker. He's not a point guard. He's a microwave scorer. You know, like he can get hot, but he can disappear. So if Jalen Green's cooking, let him score. If Booker, I'm just saying what I think it would be the best scenario for this team. And then if Jalen Green is out, he's not playing well, Booker can score too. Along with that, they have everyone's favorite or hated, defensive, in your face, psychological guy. You love him or hate him, but now that I'm looking at this, I'm not hating it as much. Grayson Allen too is a good defender. Dylan Brooks is a good defender that can pick up for Jalen Green. Royce O'Neal, he can score. He's like a poor man's two-way player. I think he can hit a three. He can play some defense. And Mark Williams, if healthy, is pretty solid, center. Lakers famously were not able to get him because of a weird.
Nick Richards can ball too.
Nick Richards can play too. So this team, now that I'm looking at it, it's probably better constructed than what they had last year. If you really look at it on paper. Now, without I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh, could this team actually get over on the 31? Like, I know I'm like talking myself into it, but it actually looks like a better constructed team than um maybe I originally had thought before if you just said what are the Suns going to be this year. But again, will they mesh? They have no real depth after these like six
Yeah,
players.
Yeah, they got nothing.
Like
that's
Ryan Dunn, no. Also, these guys are Jordan Goodwin, like Jared Butler. These guys are not really they're not very deep. So
no.
they have to stay healthy and they have to play a lot of minutes. So yeah, that's my analysis. What do you guys say?
I agree with there's no depth. Like after Devin Booker and Jalen Green, who do you go to? What happened to Tyus Jones? Is he gone?
Tyus Jones? Yeah, I think he got moved. Is he in Orlando? I don't know. Let me look.
Yeah, he's on the Magic.
Yeah, yeah. What do you go to when these guys sit? When
And
I
who?
I was hoping to buy low on these guys, but 31.5 is just not low enough for me. Um, and is this team gonna tank? Are they in a rebuild?
Yeah, right. Like you're not going to win
No.
with this team. You're not going to win with this team. I mean, even after, I mean, Mark Williams is probably going to get hurt. Hopefully not, but like, they're just kind of thin everywhere.
Very thin.
They're very thin at every position, even though they have some decent talent on the squad. But I guess it's going to come out to if they mesh well and they all stay healthy, maybe they could hit 30 wins. But
Booker isn't good enough to carry a team.
you don't think he's that guy. You don't even
Nah.
I mean, who's to
I mean, he offensively, he's incredible,
yeah.
but
So who's the?
he'll
Yeah,
What's
fantasy
up?
wise, he should be great. Both him and Jalen Green should be really good fantasy.
Fantasy wise, yeah.
oh, they'll get numbers.
The whole thing between like fantasy and winning is like it's really a thing that I'm sure we all think about because we're all in a fantasy league together too, and that's been fun. I can't wait for that draft, honestly. But I think we should live stream that one if the guys are okay with it. Honestly, I really think that would
Live stream the draft.
be fun. Yeah, probably some teams have to change their names, but otherwise, yeah. So we
Yeah,
Not PG exactly.
yeah we'll have to make it more PG, but it's okay. But I mean, so like doesn't look like either of you have a lot of excitement about this squad or anything like that.
don't forget a new coach too.
Oh yeah, who is the coach right now?
Yeah, just look it up. Jordan Ott, OTT.
Who is? I don't even know who that is. Was he like a player or like was like he's probably
Do
an
you have
assistant coach?
any experience?
Which coaching tree is he from? I have no idea who that is.
Assistant coach for the Cavaliers previously.
Oh,
Assistant coach for the Cavs.
okay. Yeah, I mean this team like well they do have this is the rookie they got out of we didn't talk about this guy. This is the Duke rookie uh Maluak. He played okay, but like he's not gonna be like I mean who's this like I don't know he'll be like that impactful his rookie year.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get 32 wins in the West.
Yeah, he might be a good role player, but the emergence of some of these guys, Ryan Dunn, who's to say? But what they're gonna do? Um,
But is that the right number? 31 and a half.
I would say low. I would say under. Is that what we're going with? Are we thinking this? I mean, what do you guys say? Under on this for the season wins?
I got under.
Sure.
Uh, so we both have under. I am.
Close. Because I'm just saying it in the context of like the other teams. If we have to if we're going Spurs over, if we're going Blazers over, we got to make up for it
Yeah,
somewhere.
they're gonna grab wins from some
Well,
of these.
right now we're 2-2 over under.
Yeah.
The only problem with is like, for example, last year, there were only two teams under 31.5 in the West, the Pelicans and Jazz. So there is kind of like a trend towards like tightening up in the standings.
Okay.
So even if you don't make the playoffs, you could still make, 32 or more wins. I'll still take the under. So I'm with y'all.
Let's get it. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're saying if we look at the stats from last year, I mean, obviously the standings can change weird to weird, but it's not the Pelicans and Jazz were much further behind these Suns, Blazers, and Spurs. So they can still get that over and still be a basement team, right? Because they're only like a couple wins out from the play-in. Yeah.
Yeah. You can
We'll
add
I feel like
incentive for
yeah.
that because the new draft lottery system only rewards the bottom three teams of the
Yeah, so they'd kind of have to tank
or
because you
bottom.
have
Wait, well, how are they changing it? What are the percentages?
So I think it's the bottom three or four of the whole league have the same 14% chance of winning the lottery.
Oh, the bottom four, the bottom three.
I gotta look it up, but
But it's
one,
well, okay, just a couple, just like it's different in that sense.
and then the rest have, I believe that then it goes by order of record. Uh,
Okay.
really that
Yeah.
change.
That so they changed it that much, huh?
So essentially, if you're like the ninth worst team, you can't move up and get the fifth worst pick anymore, or the fifth best pick.
Now you can move up, but it's about the chances of winning the first pick.
It's about yeah, you can move up, but the chances, yeah. Okay, well, we'll see how that shakes out. I mean, the whole thing about tanking versus, you
Oh,
know,
you're saying the next teams, the percentage of them getting the first pick is in order of, okay, I see. Yeah, order of
after three
the,
or four, but okay.
But if you
But
look at it, it seems like every year there's only three or four like truly tanking teams, and it's because of that.
it's a
yeah,
good
because the plan also incentivizes you to stay in the game.
yeah, the plan incentivizes you to if you get close enough, then you can maybe make a run. And yeah, I mean they gotta do things because like especially when teams are tanking, the players that the teams that they're playing against can are getting W's and that can help them with the standings, So it's like especially towards the end of the season, the schedule becomes that much more relevant after the All-Star break, right? But that's a whole other thing. How do you incentivize competition and versus letting teams tank? But that's a story for another day. So, guys, I mean, we did it. That was great.
So we're placing the under on that one.
Sure, let's do it. Let's try. Let's hit it. Placing the under. I have a hard feeling about that one, but I think we got to take the picks from somewhere.
We also got to remember that they're playing the East sometimes,
Yeah.
and there's some pretty bad teams in the East that are going
I
to give
I
them
could
some
go either
W.
way. I could go either way with like Doctor said. I could go either way. Like I could go. They could win 32 games and still not make the play-in.
We
They
could also sit this one out and not place a bet.
just okay. Fine. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. I'm kind of torn on it actually. When I look at the team, it's like
The one thing that if we look at the standings, it is true that you're either tanking or you're winning more than 31
they're like
games.
in 33, 34, 35
Right.
zone. So
Is that I want to know if that's true on the East. I don't
let's take
think
a
so.
look. Let's take a look.
Can we pull
Sure.
up the East?
In closing, okay.
Yeah.
So last year in the Eastern Conference, yeah,
Right. So here you have 24, 26, 30. Because you have these bad teams in the
a
East
little
that
bit
are
more
losing
spread out.
games.
Yeah.
These 11, 12, 13, right? They're losing games to the Western teams that are in that position.
Right. The Raptors are losing to the Suns, probably the Nets,
Right.
yeah, and like they're 10 games out from the play-in
Right.
as opposed to like three or two.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
that's the only thing that I'm like, I forget that they're also playing the East.
Yeah, the Suns, Blazers, and Spurs will have a better well, Spurs are good, but the Suns especially, I think that the way that team is, they'll probably pull out a good amount of victories against these guys and even these guys right here.
Yeah.
So
So
Okay?
I would sit that one out.
Let's just sit it out. That's it. We don't have to do it.
Not, especially we don't know who's backing up the Booker and like
Yeah.
we didn't see anyone on their depth chart. So
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, I want to say thank you, Dr. Peltzer, for joining us with some brilliant statistical and betting line knowledge. As always, Laker fan, ex-Laker fan, I should say. Sorry.
Bet responsibly.
Yes. Okay. And I hope you guys enjoyed this uh, kind of forecasting of the bottom five West. It was fun. Hopefully you guys like our commentary. And we'll see you guys next week. Okay. Later, y'all.
Peace.